Good morning, students. In our previous class, we have discussed about proportion. And if you remember, what is proportion? Our first topic was ratio, then our second topic was proportion. Proportion is again a type of comparison between two ratios. When we compare two ratios and those two ratios are equal, that is called proportion. Okay. Now, in proportion, I told you how we write the equation. A is to B is in proportion to C is to D, or in fraction form we write this, and product of extremes is equal to product of means. This is extremes and these are the means. Their product is equal, then the ratios are said to be in proportion. Now then I told you a different, not a different thing, new condition, another condition. Instead of having 4 terms, if you have 3 terms, okay, instead of A, C, D, we will take A, B, C. You can take any terms with any abbreviation. If there are 3 terms, and the proportion is continuous. Continuous means lagatar. Continuous means one of the term is to be repeated, and which term will be repeated? The middle one. The middle term, mid term will be the term which is going to be repeated, and then how the equation is going to be? It is going to be like this. And now it is a condition of continued proportion. When it is a continued proportion, means why there is a continuity? This consequent of one ratio is antecedent of the other ratio. So this is the continuity. That's why it is called the continued proportion. Many children yesterday, they put up their query on WhatsApp that we have not understood the continued proportion. So that's why I am explaining it again. So this is continued proportion, and B is called the mean proportional. B is called the mean proportional. Product of means, that is B square, is equal to A into C, and B is the mean proportional and C is the third proportional. C is the third proportional. Now I think now this is clear to everyone now. What is continued proportion, what is mean proportional, and what is third proportional. Is it clear? Now, there are, before solving your question, there are types. When you have to find the fourth proportion, how the equation is going to be. When you have to find the fourth proportional, suppose I am writing A is to B is in ratio to C is to, I am writing this as X is your fourth proportional, then your equation is going to be this one. X is the fourth proportion. Is that clear? Proportion means the part of the whole. So, X is the fourth part of the whole. Understood? When you have to find the mean proportional, let the mean proportional be X again. Then how will your equation is going to be? Is this clear? Okay. Rest of the thing is going to be same, the product of extremes, product of means. And then when you have to find the third proportion, when you have to find the third proportion, let the third proportion be X. Everywhere I have taken the unknown as X so that it will be easier for you to understand. Then when the third proportion you have to find, proportional you have to find, then also you will be given only two terms. Then how the equation is going to be? Now don't say this is the fourth term, no, because these are the means same, this one is to be repeated. So in this manner you are going to calculate your third proportional. If you see here what I told you, C is the third proportional. If B and B, they are continuous for the equation, this is a continuous proportion because mean proportionals are same. So when you have to find the third proportional, then this is condition is going to be a continuous proportion, continued proportion. It is going to be continued proportion. I hope now these queries are clear to everyone. How the equation is going to be for fourth proportional, three terms will be given, fourth you have to assume as X. For mean proportional, assume it as X, and the middle ones are to be the unknowns one and they have to be same. And third, the second term is to be repeated two times and then you have to write the third one as X. Now I will take question number 5 and 6 of your exercise 8.1, which we have not done in the previous class. So it will be easier for you to understand how to calculate. Now question number 5 of exercise 8.1. It says, I will not solve you are going to do. I am just writing it how to do. 7, 49 and 4, 343. The condition given is it is a continued proportion. It is a continued proportion and you have to find out whether they are, check whether 7, 49, 34 are in continued proportion or not. They are in continued proportion or not. Now, when the word continued comes, the first thing that should come to your mind is that the middle terms are going to be same. Middle terms are same. if it is a continued proportion. So how it is, the equation is going to be 7:49 is equal to 49:343. Simple. You have formed the equation. Now product of extremes should be equal to product of means. Now what is the product? First and last term is 7, product means multiplication. Oh, every time I forget, it is 343. 343, this is equal to 49 multiplied by 49. That's it. And the answer is going to be same. Why I am saying it? Because this is the product when we multiply 7 3 times, and this is 7 into 7, this is 7 into 7. So here when I am writing, this is 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7, and this is 7. And here if I write the prime factors, how many times the 7 is there on both the sides? 4 times. So this is going to be so both the ways you can check your answer, but you have to write a complete answer, because I was saying that I am not going to solve it, but I have solved it for you. Is this clear? How to check whether these are continued proportion or not? Now come to question number 6. To find the third proportional, and the terms are 125 and 20. Now here you have to find the third proportional and only 2 terms are given. So you have to write as this is continued proportion. आपने ये क्या बताई है? ये continued proportion है, तभी मैं ये कंडीशन लिख सकती हूँ. And third proportion, let third proportion is equal to x. आपने पहले क्या लिया है? That this is continued proportion. Therefore, let the third proportion is equal to x. So therefore, 125 is to 20 in proportion to 20 is to x. This is going to be your equation. Got it? Now, product of extremes is equal to product of means. Product of extremes 125 multiplied by x, 20 multiplied by 20. Product of means. Now keep x on left hand side and bring 125 in the denominator, as this is going to be the divided on the other side. Now by the table of 5 4s are 20 and 5 2s and 5 5s Again 5 4s are 20 and 5 5s are 25 and 4 4s are 16 upon 5 and your answer is going to be 3.2. This is your third proportional. Understood? In this manner you are going to calculate the third proportional. Now come to your exercise part, applying thought. Now the first question of applying thought . Question 1, it says the ratio between the length and width of a rectangular sheet of paper is. So, the ratio of L is to B is equal to 7 is to 5. Means the first one is the length and second one is the breadth. And the width or the breadth is 20.5 centimeter. This is the ratio of length and breadth and this is the actual size of the breadth. Length you have to find out. Now how to write this in proportion? Means this is the ratio size and the actual size. You have to write the ratio size proportionately to the actual size. Now first I will write, let, here I put question mark, I will write here, let L is equal to X. Is this clear? Now, L is to B. Don't write L is to B. Write the ratio straight away. 7 is to 5 is in proportion to. Now, first you need the length, because here is the length and this is the breadth. So, length you have taken as X and breadth is 20.5. So, it will come later. Length, breadth, so this should also be length and breadth. Don't change, the order is very, very important. This I have told you very first day also. You don't have to change the order of the terms. If it is length and breadth, you have to write length and breadth. If it is breadth and length, you will write breadth and length. So, read the question very carefully. So, that is why I have written, I can write ratio is equal to this also, but I have written ratio of length is to breadth. So, that here also proportionately you can write the size, actual size. So, this is the ratio of the size and this is the actual size, means the size is 5 is proportionate to 20.5 and what 7 is proportionate to actual size, that you have to write. Now, same way, product of means is equal to product of एक्सट्रीम्स, ये हमेशा सेम रहेगा. ओनली थिंग इज, दिस थिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, हाउ टू राइट द इक्वेशन. Once the equation is formed, the things are very simple. Now, product of means are 5 and x, so 5 into x, 7 multiplied by 20.5 extremes. Keep x here, don't multiply them. Keep your calculations easier. 20.5 and 5 here. Now do the cuttings. 5 fours are 20, decimal as it is, and 5 ones are 5. 7 ones 7, 7 fours are 28, and put the decimal. So this is the length. Length is equal to 28.7 centimeter, because the width is also in centimeter. Is this okay? Everyone has understood? The only thing that you have to keep in mind, first write all what is given in the question, what you have to find out, mark it as a variable, and then see the order in the ratio. Whatever order is followed in the ratio, in that manner you have to write for the other ratio also, otherwise your question is going to be wrong. Only this thing is very important, rest it is very easy. Product of extremes, product of means, and then find the unknown value, that you know very well. There is no problem. And there is no need to multiply this here. Keep your calculations easier. Don't waste your time multiplying it. At the end, do all the multiplication. Clear? Now come to question number 2. Now here the ages of Mohit and Samarth are in ratio. Ages of, I am writing Mohit as M and Samarth as S. Samarth, their ratio is equal to 4:5. Don't put this inverted comma. Okay, you have written the ratio, means this is for Mohit and this is for Samarth. Now Mohit's age is 4 years 8 months. Is 4 years 8 months. Now this step is very important. This has to be with 1 unit. This is to be in years. 4 years as it is plus 8 months. Divide months with year. How many months are there in 1 year? 12. So I divided 8 months with 12. So this becomes 4 plus, I'll reduce it, 2/3. So this becomes 2/3, and take the LCM. 12 plus 2, so that is 14/3 years. Is this clear? Understood? Now you have to find Samarth age. Let Samarth's age is equal to x. You have to write it afterwards. I have less space, so I am writing it here. Now therefore 4:5, this ratio of their ages will correspond to their actual age, is proportionate to their actual age. First is the Mohit age. Mohit's age is 14/3 years. Samarth's age is x. Clear? Now product of extremes is equal to product of means. Extremes is 4 multiplied by x and this is 5 multiplied by 14 upon 3. X here 5 multiplied by 14 upon 3 multiplied by 4. This will get reduced 2 7s and 2 2s. So 5 into 7 is 35 and this is 6. Now after perfect, when we divide it, 6 5s are 30. Now 5 by 6 is left. But in your question it is given 4 years 8 months. Now convert this 5 by 6